Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at this right here. This is the Ceramics X. This is the improved version of the Ceramics. And also they've changed the name of the company, which technically down at the bottom, it still does say Chengdu Rose Technics Company Ltd. If I didn't butcher the first one, it says Rose Technics, but it is now Roseselsa. There's an SA at the end. So it's Rose, then the word cell without an extra L, and then SA. Roseselsa. As far as I know. Anyway, looking at this, this has the kind of package where you can't reseal it. You rip it open so you know you're getting something that isn't used. So that's kind of like a safety feature, something that's not tampered with or anything. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what's so good about these? Well, first of all, let's go with the size. And this amazing case is, even though it is this shiny material, it's not that big of a fingerprint magnet, to be honest. You can see a few there, but it's not to the point where it drives you crazy. So it's amazing, and it's like a sparkly black color. Almost like a really dark gray color, but it looks black in some light. Looking at these, they're very, very small. These come off, and then obviously it's a nice clear tube for the nozzle with a like a spongy mesh kind of cloth. It's like a cloth mesh at the end of it. And these are the silicone tips. There's also an option for foam, which I thought I had the wrong tips when I first got it, because these are like kind of a little mushy foam ones, mushy silicone. And there is a foam one with I think it's got purple on the inside. You can get that as an option. I think it makes it go up to $48.99, and as is, it is $45.99, which is really good for a pair of ones like this that have a lot of features. So ergonomics are good. It's very comfortable. It's small. It should fit almost everybody's ears, with the caveat it does have a short nozzle. You have these lightning latency reduction and equal loudness contour, some kind of programming feature. Supports LDAC and a few other codes. We have IPX5 water resistant, Hi-Fi Master EQ, wind noise dampening, 54 millisecond low latency. The original had 60, so it's been improved. And you have a 10 millimeter carbon-based ceramic diaphragm with carbon nanotubes, kind of like stuff that JVC was doing a while back that sound really fantastic. 10 hours to 50 hours with the charging case. And that's basically all the information right there. Let's see what else. Anything else on here that I missed? No, not really much on here. 3 more detailed sound. LDAC delivers 3 times yeah, we already know that, SBC. There was some kind of specs down here. Okay, LDAC, AAC, MSBC, and SBC is the codes, and it has a USB-C with 5.3 Bluetooth. 10 millimeter driver, 32 ohms, 20 to 20 kilohertz. Enough of that. That's all the information. All the rest of this stuff is just ads telling you how great it is. Features on this. Pull out the big manual. There's a giant manual for this. And is that upside down? It is upside down. I'll do the American version. So anyway, as you can see there, you have various dots and dashes. This side, the left side, if you hold it in for a few seconds, that controls the noise cancellation. You can turn it on, turn it off, go into transparency mode, or go into wind mode. The other side does something else, I think. Does it say? The voice assistant is a dash. 4 presses on the right side. Goes into different things, and so it's got 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Okay, 3 presses is the next track. depending on the side. So it's very complex. I think that would be one of the cons with this, is there's you're going to need this, so don't throw this away. Very complicated touch controls on this. A lot more complicated than I'm used to. These are your cable and your chips that you get in the box, unless you opt for the foam ones. Sound-wise, that's the big thing. Sound-wise, there you go. If you haven't seen the blog is Headphones and Coffee. There's a Facebook group, Headphones and Coffee, and what else? There's something else. Oh, my name on Headfi is Headphones and Coffee. Everything else is pragmatic, and I've been pragmatic for a while, even though I just noticed that somebody else is using that name on the web for a website. And I didn't want to go through changing the name of the website that I have, the blog and everything, because it's a free one, and I don't want to have to go through the baloney with that. So anyway, just looking at my review on here. What do I think about the sound on this? Okay. There is a nice V-shaped sound signature with this. I think it's more of a balanced kind of V-shape. But ultimately, it's kind of like a mature kind of V. There's some good balance there as well. There is a considerable amount of detail and control in the lower end. The sub bass is deep, but it's not overwhelming. It varies with the type of music that you're listening to. Obviously, if you're listening to classic rock, you're going to hear some sub bass, but you're going to mostly hear like the mid bass hitting, and it has a very good speed. Sub bass has a very fast decay, a decent impact and solid performance in the bass, good texture, and like I said, moderate decay. Mid-range is fairly transparent. There's slight warmth, lowers, and brighter uppers. I think that allows both female and male vocals to sound really, really good. There's a decent amount of texture, and they're not overly thick, but they're not like super thin either. They're just kind of somewhere in the middle range, decently. They're kind of forward. Not in your face forward, but forward in front of all the instruments. And I think that ultimately the vocal texture is moderately detailed, presents in a slimmer profile compared to most of the other, ones like this. I think that the characteristic isn't detrimental to the sound. I think it complements the sound signature. It has nice clarity without being muddy or anything being overshadowed. So that's pretty good. Treble has a decent amount of airiness and sparkle. It's more toward the relaxed side and sounds kind of natural. And ultimately, staging has, average width, kind of just a little bit beyond what you would consider stereo. But it does have some really good detail, really good placement. It's accurate. I think it improves a little bit with the gaming mode. That could just be me. But ultimately, I think that the Ceramic X is a mixture of kind of enjoyment and solid technical performance. It has a big array of features for under $50. And I think it's a vast improvement over the original. I think this is a good TWS for someone seeking a good budget one that kind of is fun, kind of has some details, kind of has like a ton of features. And like I said, the only con I can think of, the short nozzle for some people maybe, and also the complicated touch. There's like a whole bunch of different touch commands in there. May be overwhelming for some people. I got used to it. I don't use a lot of the different ones as it is. Like I'm going to keep the A and C probably on, so I don't really need to even know that. But, in a nutshell, there's a lot of different commands to follow. So you get a lot of features in this tiny little TWS. I keep wanting to say IM. I even noticed that I wrote on the review page, I wrote IM. I mean, it's an IM, but it's a wireless IM, right? I don't know. Anyway, it's a TWS, wireless earbuds, if you want to call it that. But very, very good. A lot of nice features here. Decently built. Very small, very comfortable, easy to take with you. It's got a decent battery, decent phone call, and just overall a very good sound. Like I said, fun and technical mix there. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Be safe. And this has been the Ceramic X.